What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, Mr. Whaatwaa, and today, hey, yo, skirt, man, check this out, yo. We got a video today. It's called Be Healthy and Eat Like a Muslim. Oh, man, yo, I like this title, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, remember, this is your first time on the channel. You have not already joined the Whaatwaa family. What are you doing? We are the latest family on YouTube, and that's a fact. And also, before we get started, put a like on this video. Remember, if you got a video and want me to react to, get down in the comment section. Let me know, and we'll get to it, man. Let's go ahead and get into this reaction, man.
Hello and welcome. Today we're going to answer an important health question. Does religion play a major role in your overall health, specifically when it relates to the ratio of omega-6 fatty acids to omega-3 fatty acids in your diet? Let's take a look at some disturbing changes in health that have been taking place over the last 65 years or so. Developed countries around the world have seen a major increase in autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, vasculitis, celiac disease and type 1 diabetes. Research published in 2015 in the International Journal of Celiac Disease by Dr. Aaron Lerner at Israel's Technion Israel Institute of Technology suggests three major environmental factors are strongly suspected to drive these. Infections, ecology and nutrition. Allergies have also been rising rapidly. 1 in 5 children are diagnosed with some type of allergic disease, including asthma, atopic dermatitis and allergic rhinitis, according to Professor Ines Asher from the University of Auckland in the 1998 edition of the Journal of Clinical and Experimental Allergy. In fact, allergies can now be deemed to have become an epidemic as they've increased so significantly. Professor Thomas Bieber at the Department of Dermatology and Allergy at the University of Bonn is considered to be one of the most famous dermatologists in Germany today. His paper, published in the New England Journal of Medicine in 2008, reveals 15 to 30% of children suffer from atopic dermatitis, a number that has tripled over the past 30 years. Dr. Valma Harjutsalo at the Folkhälsan Research Centre in Finland stated in The Lancet in 2008 that type 1 diabetes has now become a serious problem affecting children at a much younger age than ever before, especially in Europe. Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis and primary biliary cirrhosis, 3 different forms of irritable bowel disease, are also rising at an alarming rate. Interestingly, during this same time, a wide variety of infectious diseases have been on the decline, thanks mostly to vaccines, antibiotics and improved hygiene habits. This has led many scientists to look at diet as the cause of these increases, specifically the proportion of omega-3 fatty acids to omega-6 fatty acids. Dr. Artemis Simopoulos is the founder and president of the Center for Genetics, Nutrition and Health in Washington, D.C. She's published a lot of research into the relation between inflammatory and autoimmune diseases and the ratio between dietary omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. She states that the optimal ratio of omega-6, which is inflammatory, to omega-3, which is non-inflammatory, should be 4:1 or lower. The problem is that in most Western diets, the ratio is currently an extremely unhealthy 15:1 or higher. This markedly higher ratio of inflammatory omega-6 leads to a host of illnesses and diseases: cardiovascular disease, obesity, rheumatoid arthritis, cancers of many types, depression, etc. These facts are undisputed in the scientific community. Higher amounts of omega-6 fatty acids are killing humans at an astounding rate around the world. Studies published by Dr. Simopoulos since the early 90s also confirm that a high proportion of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids causes a dramatic shift in the physiological state of the human body. When omega-6 is more prevalent, pathogenesis of body tissue occurs, including prothrombic, pro-inflammatory and pro-constrictive states, all of which are the very causes of disease. On the other hand, Dr. Simopoulos says scientists have found that a diet higher in omega-3 fatty acids is therapeutic and preventative. People with inflammatory and immune diseases have been helped by a diet higher in omega-3s, while coronary artery disease, hypertension, cancer, arthritis, autoimmune disorders and other inflammatory diseases are all diminished and even prevented when omega-3s are more prevalent. Since diet has been shown to be a causative factor, one needs to look at specific foods in order to see where the problem lies. Pig or pork, for example, produces higher levels of omega-6 by synthesis, which is why it has a much higher level of omega-6 fats. Pork contains up to 14.2 grams of omega-6 per 100 grams of fatty acids, in comparison to the meat in cattle or sheep at 2.4 grams and 2.7 grams respectively, as stated by Dr. Michael Enser and his colleagues at the University of Bristol in the Journal of Meat Science in 1996. The reason for this is explained by his university colleague, Professor Jeff Wood, in the 2008 edition of the journal. Professor Wood says it's because all omega-6 fatty acids present in the diet of pigs pass through the stomach unchanged. Then, while in the small intestine, they are absorbed into the bloodstream and incorporated into the animal's tissues as is and unchanged. While in ruminants like cattle and sheep, dietary omega-6 fatty acids are degraded into different fatty acids in their stomach, a process called microbial biohydrogenation. Because of this, only a small portion of dietary omega-6 fatty acids, approximately 10%, are made available for incorporation into tissue fats. Meanwhile, rabbit, ostrich and camel have a very attractive omega-6 to omega-3 profile, but they're eaten on a much smaller scale. In fact, after reviewing the nutritional value of rabbit meat from 50 publications, the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio in rabbit flesh makes it very attractive for health purposes. As stated in 2004 by Dr. Sylvie Coombs at Europe's top agricultural research institute and the world's #2 centre for the agricultural sciences, the INRA. Camel, as well, has been found to have an ideal ratio of omega-6 to omega-3, almost 3 to 1, according to Dr. Omar Abdelhadi from Sudan's University of Cordovan, writing in the Journal of the Saudi Society of Agricultural Sciences in 2017. Ostrich meat also has a high level of omega-3 fatty acids. Research published in the Journal of Food and Nutrition Research in 2014 by Dr. Xavier Medina and Alicia Aguila at Spain's University of Catalonia reveals that more than 8% of the polyunsaturated fatty acids in ostrich are omega-3. Scientists like Dr. Kleetos Mappier at Stellenbosch University in South Africa have also found that processed beef products which have had perirenal fat added to them could possibly be a better source of CLNA, that's conjugated linoleic acid, which has been shown to have anti-inflammatory, anti-carcinogenic and anti-obesity properties. In fact, in his study published in 2014 in the Journal of Animal Science and Biotechnology, Dr. Mappier found that when perirenal fat was added to regular beef hamburger meat, the fatty acid profile or ratio was improved, thus making it much healthier for human consumption. If we look at shellfish now, lobster, crab and crayfish, shrimps and mussels all have a very healthy and attractive omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. This has been demonstrated in a number of articles published by Dr. Sara Barrento at the University of Porto in Portugal and Swansea University in Wales, Dr. Magdalena Stanek at Poland's University of Technology and Life Sciences, and Dr. Sival Denikabasi at Sinop University in Turkey. Their research, published in 2009, 2010 and 2015 respectively, shows that shellfish is even better than rabbit, chicken, lamb and beef at preventing coronary diseases and chronic inflammatory conditions. Paul Jaminet, PhD, is the CEO and founder of a biotech startup developing a vascular therapy for cancer. His wife, Shuqing Shi Jaminet, PhD, is a director and molecular biologist and cancer researcher at both the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Harvard Medical School. These two scientists share a long-standing interest in diet and health, and they're the founders and principals of the Perfect Health Retreat and authors of the Perfect Health Diet series and website. In part 2 of their book, published online on the 15th of February 2012, they restated that in most countries, pork is either the primary source of omega-6 fats or the second source after vegetable oils. They go on to recommend in their book what they call perfect health diets, a certain dietary strategy. In brief, they say that the highest sources of omega-6, like pork, must be removed or greatly reduced in the human diet, while the sources of omega-3, like seafoods, especially shellfish, must be added in order to stay healthy. A dietary strategy which is already approved and recommended by all doctors, nutritionists and molecular biologists. An updated dietary strategy which was put by the Holy Quran to all Muslims more than 1400 years ago, and which Muslims are ordered to strictly follow. It's becoming clear that religion has its part to play in human health, due to the fact that the Jewish, Christian and Muslim religions vary so differently in the type of meat they allow their followers to consume. Science shows that the lower omega-6 levels of fatty acids in the type of meats that the Holy Quran allows Muslims to eat lead to a healthier diet. Over 1400 years ago, the Holy Quran was already mentioning the health qualities of perirenal fat, shellfish, rabbit, ostrich and camel, and also stated that as a firm punishment, Jews were not allowed to eat foods that contained this type of meat or this type of fat. The Holy Quran says in chapter 4, verse 160, "We made unlawful for them, we deprived the Jews from certain good foods which had been lawful for them before because of the injustice which they had committed and because of their much hindering from the path of God, Allah's way." In chapter 6, verse 146, the Holy Quran also says, "We, God, forbade them, the Jews, the fat of the cattle and the sheep, except that which is carried on their backs or in the viscera or mixed with bones. This was a punishment we gave them on account of their rebellion." When we look at the facts, it's quite clear Jews and Muslims are forbidden from eating pork, but amazingly, Jews are also forbidden by the Torah from eating certain healthy foods, which they name not kosher, such as rabbit, ostrich, camel, shellfish, and perirenal fat, which is considered a clear indirect message to Holy Quran to Muslims to add more of these foods to their diet. Christians can eat the same food that Muslims can eat, but they're also allowed to consume pork. Which group is the healthiest? People of the Muslim faith. This leads to a very strong conclusion. People of the Muslim faith, in thanks to their following of the Holy Quran, appear to have been blessed with a much healthier diet and longer, healthier lives. In fact, the diet followed by those of the Muslim faith appears far superior to that of Jews and Christians alike. The reason is simple. The healthy human ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids is a very tight window. If the balance is off, even by a small margin, disease and sickness result. It's for this reason that the highest sources of omega-6 must be removed or greatly reduced in the human diet, while the sources of omega-3 must be added in order to stay healthy. So it only makes sense that people of all religions move towards a diet that better reflects the diet in the Holy Quran, a superior, healthier human diet. Muslim countries simply don't suffer such a prevalence of autoimmune diseases or allergies. Be healthy. Eat like a Muslim.
What's up, family, man? If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and join the latest family on YouTube, and that's a fact. And also, before you leave the channel, put a like on this video. Man, listen, after this was like a 14 minute video, the whole thing, let me just sum it up right now. Stop eating pork, basically. Pork is going to kill you. Do you read the words that are coming out of my mouth? Pork is going to kill you. No more pork. Stop eating pork. So, I know I stopped eating pork like I think it was like 2 months before Ramadan. And you know, we just ended Ramadan. So I stopped eating pork like two months before Ramadan. So I've been pork free for about about 3.5 months. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't miss it. But if it was in front of me, you know what I'm saying, I might smell it. That's why I try to stay away from it, but I don't miss it. I just been eating a lot of goat meat. More, you know what I'm saying, to make up for like the ham and the bacon and all that I used to eat. I just eat more, you know what I'm saying, more goat meat. And you know, me, I was born in Nigeria, so that's all we eat back home is goat meat. Like, we eat goat. Of course we eat beef, you know what I'm saying? You know, you get the cow, slaughter it in the morning. Then you share the meat with your compound. You share it with the neighboring compound and your family and your friends. But or if you're doing like an event, like a wedding or a chieftaincy or something big, then you'll, you know, slaughter a cow and a couple of sheeps, depending on how big the party is, or goats, I mean. But yeah, like, I see what they're talking about, and I didn't know. Like, I knew, you know what I'm saying, I knew swine wasn't good, but I didn't see no numbers. You know what I'm saying? It's better when you see some numbers, so you know how big of a gap it is, like how big of a detrimental thing you're doing to your body, you know? And plus, you know, pigs are filthy. If you really understand it, pigs are filthy. Like, pigs are the only ones that can, like, defecate and let their waste go and then go back and eat it again. Like, they really recycle, and that's disgusting to me. You know, and then plus the way their body is, their body keeps a lot of that it keeps a lot of that bacteria in it. Like it don't waste it like it's supposed to. It keeps a lot of it in its body. And then the other thing, y'all notice that a lot of the swine meat be having fungus on it. Y'all seen those videos where like the people were grabbing the meat and they was pushing it and it had pus in it? Oh my God, it had pus in it. I was about to throw up when I first saw that. I was like, what in the world? So basically, man, just to sum this up, man, leave the pork alone. No more pork. With Whaatwaa family, we're gonna stay away from the pork. If you see me eating pork, if you ever see me eating pork, I give you permission to come. As soon as you see me, I give you permission just to hit me in the back of the head. You do what I'm saying? Hit me in the back of the head and say, Mr. Whaatwaa, what are you doing? You ain't supposed to be eating no pork. Because sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I might be with my friends. I might slip up. They might not tell me it had bacon in the burger. I just eat the burger without opening it up. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, man, I don't know about hitting me in the back of the head. Because especially if I don't know you, you might get a little two-piece. But come up to me and be like, hold on, Mr. Whaatwaa, you ain't supposed to be eating no pork. I might be like, oh, shoot, hold up. My bad. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? That's what Whaatwaa family is about, man. You look out for each other. So when you see somebody doing wrong, you just tell them, you know, come back on the right path, you know. That's what we're about, man. It's your boy, Mr. Whaatwaa. Now, remember, this is your first time on the channel. Like I said before, you have not already subscribed. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe and join the latest family on YouTube, and that's a fact. And also, before you leave the channel, put a like on this video. Remember, if you got a video you want me to react to, get down in the comment section and let me know, and I will get to it, man. I will see y'all tomorrow. Why? Because I post videos every day, so please take care. Man, take care. Stay safe. Whoop.